Heaven Summer Lord and White Knight Lord? I actually encountered them. Zhou clicked his tongue in wonder. He often dived on the World Channel and watched others chat. Therefore, he still had some basic understanding of other famous lords. He knew these two lords. The two of them were very famous on the World Channel. It was said that each of them had a lord talent that was not inferior to Diamond Tier. While they were not as good as the Dragon Lady Lord and the Overlord Lord, they were also lords doing well in the second tier. At this moment, Big Boss Blazing Sun? Fuck, it's really you, Big Boss. We actually queued you. An excited and surprised male voice suddenly appeared in Zhou's mind. It was the White Knight Lord. Is it really Big Boss Blazing Sun? Not only was the Heaven Summer Lord a female lord, she was also a cute girl. At this moment, she was also very surprised that she was actually queued the Lord of the Blazing Sun. It's me. Everyone focus first. If you have anything to say, we can wait until we defeat the opponent in front of us. Zhou said. I'll listen to Big Boss. The two Cerulean Planet Lords were not people who did not know the severity of the matter. Big shot. I'll bring my troops over to help you after I finish fighting on my side. White Knight said confidently. Okay. Zhou was stunned for a moment before responding with a smile. On the other side, the Heaven Summer Lord was a little speechless. Saying such things in front of the number one human lord of the Cerulean planet? Who gave you the confidence? The three of them did not chat further and began to focus on deploying their subjects. Soon, deployment time ended. The battle officially began. A moment later, Zhou dealt with the Ice Spirit Lord on his side, the Snow Orchid Lord. Then, he looked at the other two human lords. In the end, he realized. The Heaven Summer Lord was steadily suppressing her enemies, and the scales of victory were already leaning towards her. On the other hand, the White Knight Lord was suppressed by the other party's Black Ice Lord and his city gate was about to be breached. Do you need my help? Zhou asked. Yes. The Heaven Summer Lord said hurriedly as she was surprised that Big Boss Blazing Sun had dealt with his enemy so quickly. No need. Big Boss. I'm about to start fighting back. I'm just luring the enemy deeper now. The White Knight Lord said stubbornly. Zhou did not say anything seeing this. He directly divided his soldiers into two groups. One group went to support the Heaven Summer Lord, and the other to help the White Knight Lord. These were all ready-made promotion energy. It would be a waste not to pick them up. Joy immediately appeared on her face when the Heaven Summer Lord saw the reinforcements coming. Thank you, Big Boss Blazing Sunday. The White Knight Lord stopped being stubborn and said awkwardly. We're all from the same race. Don't say that. Zhou shook his head. The two of them nodded gratefully. At the same time, they refreshed their impressions of Zhou. A popular person had more rumors about him. Previously, they had heard many negative descriptions of the Lord of the Blazing Sun compiled by others. Cold-blooded, mercenary, and scrupulous. There were too many of these comments. It wasn't true at all from the looks of it. Big Boss Blazing Sun was clearly very good. A moment later, the remaining two Ice Spirit Lords had also been eliminated. A battlefield notification appeared. You and your teammates have defeated the Ice Spirit Lord, Black Ice Lord, Ice Spirit Lord, Snow Orchid Lord, and Ice Spirit Lord, Frost Startling Lord. You have won this ranking competition. You have obtained 75 battlefield points. Congratulations. You have advanced to the White-Silver Tier Advanced grade in the Myriad Races Lord Battlefield. You need to participate in at least one ranking competition every 3 days. Otherwise, your rank will -1. Your battlefield shop has been updated. You can return to your territory. Awesome. Zhou immediately felt comfortable when he saw the gain of 75 battlefield points. Groups were indeed much more profitable than solo games. He could only obtain 25 battlefield points at most if it was a solo match. How could he obtain so many battlefield points like now? He opened the Lord Battlefield and realized that the new product was the White Silver Tier Master Servant Territory Contract. It was worth 100 battlefield points. Fine. It was a price he could not afford. Then, he spent 70 battlefield points to buy the green bronze tier Master Servant territory contract and 200 designated white silver tier elementary grade military professionals. He also designated them as beginner soldier type musketeers. This way, these 200 musketeers could still use the modern firearms he had bought from the military industry lord. At this point, he still had 14 battlefield points left. He had to continue teaming up. Zhou thought to himself as he looked at the few battlefield points. Big shot? I still have 2 chances to rank. Can I form a team with you? If it doesn't work, I can pay fees. Will 20 white silver tier mist cores be enough? I only have so much. The Heaven Summer Lord asked expectantly. This feeling of being carried by a big shot was too good. It was completely different from the feeling of spending time and effort to fight her way up. At the same time, she had a feeling, clearly, this level of ranking did not give Big Boss Blazing Sun any pressure. Then how far could their number 1 lord of the cerulean planet go? I don't want mist cores. If you're willing, I want the Master Servant territory contract in your battlefield shop. A Master Servant territory contract of any level can be exchanged for a duo opportunity. I'll take care of winning. If I lose, I won't take a single cent and will compensate you with 50 white silver tier mist cores. How about that? Zhou thought for a moment and said. He was not interested in the mist cores. However, he was still quite interested in the Master Servant territory contract. Okay. The Heaven Summer Lord immediately agreed. She was not interested in the Master Servant territory contract to begin with. She could exchange them for an almost 100% chance of advancing and additional battlefield points. She felt that she had made a killing. Oh right, Big Boss Blazing Sun. I have a white silver tier elementary grade lord friend. Can I bring her along? Same conditions. The Heaven Summer Lord said. Okay. Zhou naturally would not refuse. Then I'll go look for my friend now. Big Boss, please wait a moment. It won't take long. Okay. Zhou said. Heaven Summer Lord directly contacted her friend seeing this. Big Boss, can we add each other as friends? On the other side, the White Knight Lord hesitated for a moment and could not help but say. He did not have any more ranking tries and therefore did not mention about continuing to rank with the content of their conversation just now. Zhou did not refuse his request. They were comrades who had fought together once, so he directly agreed to his good friend after all. When the White Knight Lord saw Zhou's good friend request, his face immediately turned red with excitement. This was a friend slot that even Dragon Lady Lord and the others had not obtained. He actually obtained it. Thank you, Big Boss Blazing Sun. Thank you, Big Boss Blazing Sun. Then I'll leave first. Big Bosses, all the best to you. The White Knight Lord left happily. Seeing this, Zhou continued to line up with the Heaven Summer Lord and her female lord friend in a group of 3. In the following period of time, Zhou and the Heaven Summer Lord ranked with her friend twice. They undoubtedly won all the matches. He successfully obtained 2 white silver tier Master Servant territory contracts from them. At this moment, their rankings had also been used up. While the Heaven Summer Lord still wanted to continue ranking with Zhou, due to the restrictions, she added Zhou as a friend and thanked him before going offline. Seeing this, Zhou continued to recruit people from the same race. 3 hours later, White Platinum Tier Intermediate Grade Lord Battlefield, Gust Plateau. On the city wall, Zhou looked at the battle below with a solemn expression. A White Platinum Tier monster with the body of a lion and sharp claws, the head and wings of an eagle, was fighting his soldiers. According to the description of the Index of All Races, Book 3, these were from a foreign race called White Platinum Tier Griffins. They had a Diamond Tier Intermediate Grade bloodline race. It was almost comparable to the bloodline of a Diamond Tier Advanced Grade Vampire Viscount. There were more than 2,000 of them, and each of them was 4 to 5 meters tall. Not only were they extremely fierce when fighting on the ground, they could also flap their wings and fly into the sky when the situation was bad. After adjusting themselves, they would swoop down and give the Blazing Sun Army soldiers below a fierce blow. The Blazing Sun Army had the advantage in numbers and could firmly occupy the upper hand on the battlefield. But the number of casualties among the soldiers was also shocking. He brought 15,000 military professionals with him. Originally, there were only a little more than 11,000 left after several lord rankings and a huge battle. The rest had all died on the battlefield. This was even after Bai Yun participated in the battle with all her might and Wu Xian launched all kinds of military formations. The Sand Corps summoners also kept resurrecting the corpses of the dead white platinum tier griffins into sand corpses and throwing them into the battlefield again. Otherwise, their losses would only be greater. The military professionals of his Blazing Sun army were completely using their lives to obtain victory in this war. This white platinum tier griffin lord is so strong. As my rank increases, the strength of the enemy lord is also increasing. It's not to be underestimated. He frowned slightly. Zhou Zhou's Blazing Sun army soldiers were not ordinary military professionals. Under the military merit exchange system, they could exchange for all kinds of skills and equipment from the monster ranch. Could be said that most of the normal skills on him could also be mastered by the soldiers of the Blazing Sun army. It was just that there was a difference between the number of skills and their level. Even so, their casualties were so heavy. It could be seen how powerful this white platinum tier griffin's lord was. He looked at his teammates on both sides. Their lords and military professionals had all died, and the city had been destroyed. It was a scene of post-war ruins. Zhou Zhou shook his head. He might not have to sacrifice so many soldiers if they could hold on a little longer. At this moment, Zhou Zhou suddenly sensed a warm energy appear out of thin air in his heart. After this energy appeared, it immediately surged into his limbs and bones, strengthening his body and soul, allowing them to strengthen greatly in a short period of time. I broke through. Zhou Zhou was stunned. Then his mood finally improved. He opened his interface information and realized that the strength class column in his attribute panel had indeed been updated to white silver tier intermediate grade. The battle was not over yet. Seeing this, Zhou Zhou first returned to his lord's residence and took out a set of white silver tier intermediate grade skills and equipment that he had long prepared from his spatial ring. He replaced all the white silver tier elementary grade skills and equipment on him. He had just returned to the battlefield. Roar! A dragon roar suddenly sounded. Nazario flew into the sky and roared in all directions. Countless fire elemental torrent that was like a huge river condensed out of thin air and surged into its body. Nazario's dragon body, which was already 25 meters tall, began to expand again. 30 meters, 35 meters, 40 meters, 45 meters. When Nazario's body reached more than 50 meters tall, its body slowly stopped expanding and finally stopped at a height of 58 meters. A text notification appeared. Congratulations, your pet, the lava dragon, has broken through to yellow gold tier elementary grade. The magma dragon breath of the lava dragon has been strengthened. The lava dragon's dragon might has been strengthened. The lava dragon has comprehended the growth type draconic spell. Intermediate grade fire elemental control. From Draconic Magic Mastery. The lava dragon has comprehended the growth type draconic spell. Blazing Explosion. From Draconic Magic Mastery. The lava dragon has awakened All Things Burn. From the Inheritance of the Dragons. The lava dragon has awakened Magma Explosion from the Inheritance of the Dragons. The lava dragon's epic tier elemental immunity and epic tier physical immunity. Awakening rate increased from 3% to 10%. Zhou Zhou looked at the advancement notification in surprise. The last time he saw these notifications was when Nazario advanced from green bronze tier advanced grade to white silver tier elementary grade. He did not expect to see it again. Could it be that Nazario will receive a huge increase in its ability when it advances to a higher class? Then the next time I see this notification, it should be time for Nazario to advance to the white platinum tier elementary grade. Zhou Zhou thought. After advancing, Nazario's combat strength increased greatly. Its scarlet dragon eyes swept across the white platinum tier coldly before releasing its dragon might. The white platinum tier griffins that were still flying in the sky froze when they encountered the yellow gold tier elementary grade dragon might. Then, they fell from the sky and trembled, not daring to move. The white platinum tier griffins on the ground had long prostrated themselves on the ground. They did not even have the courage to look at Nazario. Jojo's eyes lit up. Nazario had also used Dragon Might just now, but the effect was not as obvious as it was currently. Obviously, Nazario released the Dragon Might that even this group of powerful creatures with Diamond Tier intermediate grade bloodlines could not resist after advancing. Now that Nazario has advanced to the Yellow Gold Tier advanced grade, I've more confidence in conquering the White Silver Tier regional territory. Jojo was quite satisfied. In the time that followed, with the help of Nazario's Dragon Might, in less than a moment, all the White Platinum Tier griffins were dealt with. It allowed Jojo to successfully win this ranking competition. Every White Platinum Tier Lord of the White Platinum Tier Intermediate Grade Griffin Lord contributed 125 battlefield points to him. The three of them together gave him a total of 375 battlefield points. It also allowed him to successfully advance to the White Platinum Tier Advanced Grade. Then Jojo asked Bayun to count the casualties. He opened the battlefield ranking. Cerulean Planet Human Race, Lord of the Blazing Sun. Rank: Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade, Lord Battlefield of your race ranking. Excluded in the ranking: Cerulean Planet Human Race, Lord of the Blazing Sun. Rank: White Platinum Tier Advanced Grade, Myriad Races, Lord Battlefield Ranking. 3,425,216th. Jojo nodded in satisfaction. Previously, his rank was in the thousands of billions. It has jumped to a little more than 3 million now. The improvement was not small. However, Jojo could already feel a certain difficulty from the ranking match. To be honest, he was quite surprised that the White Platinum Tier Griffins could fight him like that. This was only the ranking above 3 million. He could not imagine what kind of immortals were fighting in the top 10,000 or even the top 100. Then, he looked at the top 3 lords of all races. Original Spirit Race True Lord, Legendary Tier Elementary Grade. Myriad Races Lord Battlefield Ranking. First, Chaos Gods Race Great 1 Lord, Epic Tier Advanced Grade. Myriad Races Lord Battlefield Ranking. Second, Shepherd's God Race, Heaven Chasing Lord, Epic Tier Advanced Grade. Myriad Races Lord Battlefield Ranking. Third, Jojo raised his eyebrows. The top 2 did not change much. However, the third place went from the original Extreme Dragon Race, Extreme Venerable Lord, to the current Heaven Chasing Lord. He scrolled downwards and quickly discovered Extreme Dragon Race, Extreme Venerable Lord on the 7th spot. A competition between immortal lords. Jojo sighed. However, he did not think too much about it. These big shots were a little far from him after all. Then, he looked at the upgrade of his title and clothes. Title name: White Platinum Tier Lord. Title quality: White Platinum Tier, Enhanceable. Title effect 1. When fighting against the enemy forces of the Scarlet Fog, you and your subjects will receive an additional 20% increase in strength. Title effect 2. When fighting the lords of all races, you and your subjects will receive an additional 5% increase in strength when the other party's Lord Battlefield rank is lower than your Lord Battlefield rank. You and your subjects will receive an additional 10% increase in strength when the other party's Lord Battlefield is White Silver Tier. You and your subjects will obtain an additional 15% increase in strength when the other party's Lord Battlefield is Green Bronze Tier. When the other party's Lord Battlefield is Black Iron Tier, you and your subjects will receive an additional 20% increase in strength. Title effect 3. Same as before. Title description: same as before. Fashion outfit name: Battlefield Recruit, Event Limited Fashion. Fashion grade: White Platinum Tier, Enhanceable. Fashion feature 1. Reduces 20% of damage White Platinum Tier and below to the wearer. Fashion feature 2. Leave the battlefield in the White Silver Tier Lord Battlefield ranking when your side is at a disadvantage. If you have the White Silver Tier Territory Rebirth token, the Lord has the right to choose to admit defeat and automatically withdraw from the Lord Battlefield ranking. Fashion feature 3. Same as before. Fashion feature 4. Comfort plus 10. Current fashion outfit completeness: 5/5. Introduction. Same as before. My good lord. This lord title suppresses the lower the rank of the lord. Once a high-level lord faces a low-level lord, if a low-level lord doesn't have any special methods, they won't be able to fight back. Jojo clicked his tongue. He did not expect the title of lord to undergo such a change. However, on second thought, in a way, the difference in strength between the two sides was obvious. Once lords of different levels fought, it would probably be a crushing battle between high-level lords and low-level lords even without the increase in strength of this title. Then, other than increasing the advantage against the Scarlet Lord, the function of this title is to prevent ants from biting elephants to death. At the thought of this, Jojo suddenly felt that this title was quite suitable for him. Many people had already formed the Lord Alliance among the lords of the Cerulean planet after all, and he was still alone. In the future, if he had a conflict with the Lord Alliance, it would definitely be a many-on-one situation. At that time, this title would bring him a huge advantage in group battles. Then, Jojo thought for a moment and opened the marketplace to set up a transaction. The transaction was as follows. Trade name. Deal with the Blazing Sun Lord. Trade goods. 50 million black iron tier mist cores. Trade requirement. For every resurrection token / territory rebirth token / master servant territory contract. Trade 1, 250/1, 250/1, 000 mist cores. Black iron / green bronze / white silver / yellow gold / white platinum tier. The setup was completed and he published the transaction. Soon, this transaction was pushed to the top of the number of transaction views with his reputation. Many lords on the World Channel were shocked by his wealth after seeing his deal. After Jojo announced the transaction, he also roughly looked through the marketplace. He realized that many lords in the marketplace had already announced the same deal as him. Dragon Lady Lord, Dragon God Lord, Insect Lord, and Overlord Lord were among them. However, their prices were far lower than his. It seems that everyone can see the importance of these things. Jojo was not surprised. There was naturally no need to mention the Resurrection Token and the Territory Rebirth Token. They were important tools for whether the lords could last longer on the Lord battlefield. The Master Servant Territory contract was different. It seemed to be useless, but Jojo valued it the most among the three. Because on the surface, it was only a tool that could allow the Lord to have a subordinate territory which did not seem to be anything special. However, if one understood it carefully, they would discover how cheat-like it was. Especially the existence of the spatial teleportation array. If a Lord had a large number of Master-Servant territory contracts, he could completely use these Master-Servant territory contracts to build a teleportation network that could connect to all parts of the High Continent. This could even be used to form a true Lord Alliance. This Lord Alliance would not be the kind that was established on the World Channel. It was difficult for an alliance to even support each other in reality. The Lord Alliance was created by a large number of Master-Servant territory contracts. It was a Lord Alliance that could really help and exchange benefits. This was a treasure that any Lord who had the ambition to develop the Lord Alliance could not miss. Even though Jojo had yet to form his Lord Alliance, it didn't mean he wouldn't in the future. In addition, the spatial teleportation array itself was extremely valuable. That was why he spent so much money to buy these Master-Servant territory contracts at this stage. A moment later, Bayun quickly walked in front of Jojo. Reporting to my lord. We lost a total of 4,852 military professionals in today's Lord War. There are also 3,454 people who have sustained injuries of varying severity, she said respectfully. Her eyes were slightly red. This was the first time she had seen the Blazing Sun army suffer such heavy casualties. Don't be sad. They'll all survive. Jojo comforted her. Then, he took out a white platinum tier resurrection token. Treasure name. Resurrection token. Treasure grade. White platinum tier. Treasure effect. Use it to revive the 10,000 designated subjects who died on the white platinum tier Lord battlefield. Current resurrection slot. 0/10 000. Treasure description. A treasure exclusive to the Lord battlefield. It can revive the dead subjects to fight for the Lord again. Prompt: the higher the level of life of the bloodline, the more resurrection spots there will be. Revive all my subjects who died on the Lord's battlefield. Jojo thought to himself. The next second, the revival slot immediately changed from 0/10, 000 to 6, 124/10, 000. Jojo was not surprised. Many of his soldiers were green bronze tier or even white silver tier subjects after all. Resurrecting people with their strength definitely needed to occupy more resurrection spots. At the same time, on the battlefield, the corpses of all the dead soldiers quickly disappeared. Bits of white light gathered into a ball and quickly condensed the bodies, equipment, and other items of the dead soldiers. They looked around blankly. Then they recalled what the lords had told them before the war. I'm resurrected. I've really revived. Is this the Lord's method? Unbelievable! Exclamations, excitement, and laughter sounded. The originally depressed atmosphere on the battlefield immediately became cheerful as the soldiers were revived. When Bayun and Jojo saw this, smiles appeared on their faces. A large number of notifications of increased loyalty appeared on Jojo's side. Jojo had no choice but to block them all because there were too many of them. He looked at the revived soldiers on the battlefield and could not help but smile. Then, Jojo solemnly put away the resurrection token. Since the resurrection slot for this resurrection token had not been used up, there was still the possibility of it continuing to automatically level up as his level increased. This was what he could rely on to revive the soldiers in the future. He could not be careless. After that, Jojo did not stay any longer and returned to Blazing Sun City with all the soldiers. In the Blazing Sun City, on the city wall, let all the injured soldiers stay in the city to recuperate. Provide the biological prosthesis for free to the comrades with broken limbs. We'll pay for everything. As for the other soldiers who can still fight, let them rest for an hour. Then, we'll leave the territory and conquer the White Silver Tier regional territory in the Blackrock Desert. Jojo said in a low voice, Aren't we going to continue the Lord War? Bayun was stunned for a moment before asking. I won't continue for the time being until my strength increases further. Jojo shook his head. Nazario might have advanced to the yellow gold tier elementary grade. Allowing his strength to increase exponentially, the battlefield was not a 1v1. No matter how strong Nazario was, there was a possibility that they would be killed by a siege. In addition, he felt that his soldiers were already feeling some pressure on the Lord battlefield. Forcefully attacking the Lord battlefield would just be a waste of the resurrection spots in his resurrection token. Since that was the case, he might as well increase his strength in reality first before going to the Lord battlefield to show off his skills. This way, not only could he maintain his win rate, he could also minimize his own casualties. Yes, my lord, Bayun said respectfully. Then she turned around to give her orders. Seeing this, Jojo opened the Lord Battlefield function and looked at his battlefield interface. Title: Lord of the Blazing Sun. Echelon: White Platinum Tier Advanced Grade. Number of rankings: 10. Battlefield points: 6,839. Close to 7,000 battlefield points. I should be able to buy something good this time, right? A smile appeared on Jojo's face. Then he opened the battlefield shop. 1. Cerulean Planet Human Race Building, Triumphal Arch Architecture Blueprint Fragment, April 7th. Remaining purchases: 1. Price: 3,000 battlefield points. 2. Cerulean Planet Human Race Building, Triumphal Arch Blueprint Fragment, March 7th. Remaining purchases: 1. Price: 1,000 battlefield points. 3. Index of All Races, Book 4. Remaining purchases: 1. Price: 25 battlefield points. 3. Index of All Races, Book 5. Remaining purchases: 1. Price: 25 battlefield points. 9. 1 White Silver Tier Master Servant Territory Contract. Remaining purchases: 1. Price: 100 battlefield points. 10. 1 Yellow Gold Tier Master Servant Territory Contract. Remaining purchases. 1. Price. 500 battlefield points. 11. 1 white platinum tier master servant territory contract. Remaining purchases. 1. Price. 2,000 battlefield points. Other than the above, an option to exchange for intermediate grade soldier types appeared. Zhou had seen intermediate grade combat class, Sand Corps summoners before. However, this was the first time he had seen an intermediate grade combat soldier type. After clicking on the details, he realized that there were a total of 4 intermediate grade soldier types. They were Wind Cavalrymen, Heavy Earth Shield Soldiers, Star Musketeers, Water Crossbow Soldiers. They correspond to the intermediate grade classes of Cavalrymen, Shield Soldiers, Musketeers, and Crossbowmen. However, their prices were also very high. The price of 100 white silver tier intermediate grade soldier type class was 500 battlefield points. The price of 100 black iron tier intermediate grade soldier type professions was 100 battlefield points. Zhou looked at the exaggerated prices of them and other goods and could not help but open his mouth wide. In the end, he could not help but sigh helplessly. He had indeed gained a lot of battlefield points. However, the price of the new goods in the battlefield shop had also increased. Zhou shook his head. Then, he obediently chose to exchange the 3rd and 4th blueprint fragments of the Triumphal Arch, the 4th and 5th volumes of the Index of All Races. These alone cost him 4,600 battlefield points. Then, Zhou spent another 2,200 battlefield points to buy 400 white silver tier intermediate grade combat professions and 200 black iron tier intermediate grade combat professions. Every intermediate grade soldier type had 150 people. At this point, his battlefield points had returned to 39 points. It was not too much to say that he had gone back to the starting point. Let's wait until we obtain more battlefield points in the next ranking for the remaining intermediate grade soldiers and the master servant territory contract. Zhou shook his head. While he could immediately enter the Lord battlefield again and obtain more battlefield points, the price would definitely be more casualties. Zhou naturally would not do such a stupid thing. In any case, these goods would not run away in the Lord battlefield. It didn't matter if he exchanged for them earlier or later. After that, he did not stay any longer. He led the 600 beginner soldier types to meet up with the Blazing Sun Army. He then gathered the army and left Blazing Sun City, rushing towards the White Silver Tier Regional Territory, Withered Forest Plains. White Silver Tier Region Territory, Withered Forest Plains. Tap, 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 tap. The orderly and heavy sound of marching came from afar. Soon, a group of more than 10,000 human soldiers marched over. The man in the lead was Zhou sitting on a white silver tier elementary grade mechanostrider. He looked at his surroundings as he led his troops towards the Scarlet Lord. Unlike the Blazing Sun Desert, the Withered Forest Plains was not a desert terrain, but a plain with dry yellow land. On this seemingly lifeless plain, withered trees could often be seen growing on the ground. They might already be dead, but everyone had a strange feeling that they were still alive when they looked at these withered trees. Zhou narrowed his eyes at the withered trees. His powerful sixth sense as a chaos human made him feel that these trees were spying on him. "Stop!" Zhou suddenly said. "Stop!" Wu Xian shouted. Rumble. A total of 15,000 soldiers suddenly stood on the spot under the effect of the hero skill, desired military morale. They quickly organized their formation and looked around vigilantly. Completely explained what it meant to obey orders. "My lord, did you discover anything?" Baiyun and Wu Xian came over and asked. Zhou said nothing. Instead, he took out the map of the Withered Forest Plains and looked at it. As a white silver tier regional territory, its area spanned more than 2,900 square kilometers. On this land, there were a total of 11 Scarlet Lord territories. Among them were 2 Scarlet Lords with white silver tier territory, 4 Scarlet Lords with green bronze tier territory, and 5 Scarlet Lords with black iron tier territory. There were also 2 foreign race lord territories and 1 native village of the Aurora Kingdom. Zhou's gaze landed on the territory of the regional Scarlet Lord, Withered Demon Tree. It was one of the two Scarlet Lords with white silver-tier territory. Withered demon tree. He pondered for a few seconds before his eyes suddenly revealed a determined expression. Pass down my orders. All the withered trees in sight will be cut down wherever the army passes. Nothing must be left behind. Zhou said in a low voice. Wu Xian and Bai Yun were stunned, but they did not ask further and directly conveyed their lord's orders to the soldiers. Soon, dense cutting sounds could be heard. These withered trees were easily cut down with the cooperation of the soldiers. The moment they were cut down, many soldiers heard a hoarse roar coming from the depths of the tree trunk, startling them. What was that sound? You scared me? What strange things! No wonder the Lord asked us to cut them down. I felt that these trees were a little scary when I came. There's indeed a problem. The soldiers immediately understood the reason why Zhou gave such an order. They immediately started cutting even harder. Could these withered trees be related to the Lord of the withered demon tree? Wu Xian also guessed something and could not help but raise his eyebrows. Bai Yun also looked around warily. I keep feeling that these trees are spying on us. If that's the case, then cut them all down and be done with it. Zhou nodded and said calmly. He believed that his sixth senses as a chaos human would not be wrong. In the time that followed, Zhou and the others rushed towards the territory of the Scarlet Lord closest to them as they cut down the trees. Their progress was a little slower because they were cutting trees, but everyone felt much more at ease when they saw the journey without the withered trees. A moment later, in the territory of a white silver-tier Scarlet Lord, the Undead Night Lord, Zhou stood beside the Mechanostrider and looked at the scene in the distance. A group of undead knights riding undead warhorses with dark blue flames flickering in their eyes and wearing undead armor were patrolling their territory. There were not many of them, only about 3,000. However, they were very strong. Zhou looked over. He realized that there was not a single black iron-tier undead knight among them. The lowest level was a green bronze-tier undead knight. Other than that, there were also many white silver-tier undead knights among them. He even discovered a few yellow gold-tier undead knights. They all emitted a cold aura that made living beings shrink back. My good lord, they are a little strong. Zhou clicked his tongue. Fortunately, his Nazario had also broken through to the yellow gold tier. Otherwise, he would definitely hesitate and decide to go back and accumulate another wave of strength before coming over when he saw this lineup. Then Zhou found a green bronze-tier elementary grade Undead Knight and looked at its details. Monster name: Undead Knight, strength level. Green bronze-tier elementary grade. Monster description: a monster from the withered forest plains. It was once a member of the Aurora Kingdom's Aurora Cavalry Legion. Later, it died on this land because it came here to carry out a combat quest. It was modified into an Undead Knight by an extraordinary tier lich. Loot's drop rate: 2 green bronze tier mist cores. Drop rate: 100%. 1 gradeless skill book. Horsemanship. Drop rate: 20%. 1 green bronze tier elementary grade equipment. Aurora Spear. Drop rate: 10%. 1 green bronze tier elementary grade skill book. Aurora Spear Technique. Drop rate: 2%. 4 gradeless Aurora Cavalry class change certificate. Drop rate: 0.1%. 1 green bronze tier elementary grade. Aurora Cavalry recruitment books. Drop rate: 0.1%. Zhou was stunned. Then he was overjoyed. New soldier type class change certificates and soldier type recruitment books appeared. Moreover, looking at the name of this soldier type class, it should not be an ordinary class change certificate. We can use the monster ranch to protect this monster. Zhou was pleasantly surprised. However, he was surprised. This group of undead knights actually did not drop the class change certificate and recruitment books of the undead knights. Instead, they dropped the class change certificate and class recruitment books from when they were alive. Was it because what he had when he was alive was more important than what he had after death? Or was it for another reason? Zhou thought for a long time but could not think of a reason. He could not be bothered to think too much about it. Elder Wu, do you know the Aurora Cavalry Legion? Zhou asked Wu Xian. Aurora Cavalry Legion? I do. There's a group of intermediate-grade soldiers there, Aurora Cavalry. They're one of the important armies of the Aurora Kingdom. I've been there before. After that, I made a contribution and was promoted to a high-level soldier type, the Aurora Cavalry. I only left that place. Wu Xian was stunned for a moment before saying reminiscently, "These undead knights were from the Aurora Cavalry Legion when they were alive. It was transformed into this by an extraordinary tier lich passing by after their deaths," Zhou said. Wu Xian was stunned. Then, when he looked at the undead knights again, his eyes were immediately stunned. "My lord, let's send them on their way," Wu Xian said with a complicated tone after a few seconds of silence. As a former Aurora Knight, Wu Xian could not bear to see them, who were also Aurora Knights, suffer such humiliation. MHM. Bayun Elder Wu Maris, there's no time to lose. Start the offensive. Zhou did not say anything else and ordered in a low voice. "Yes, all melee soldiers, charge with me," Wu Xian said angrily. Then he clamped his legs together and was the first to rush out. Behind him were more than 7,000 sword shield soldiers and Pudeo soldiers. There were also some spearmen, cavalrymen, and the new wind cavalrymen and heavy earth shield soldiers that they had obtained today. They roared and rushed towards the undead knights. These undead knights also discovered the group of human soldiers rushing up. It was unknown who let out the first roar. The next second, more than 3,000 undead knights rushed towards Wu Xian and the others and quickly fought them. Even though there were only more than 3,000 of them, their powerful strength, outstanding soldier types, and advantage of their race made their combat strength extremely high. They were not afraid of Wu Xian and the others at all. On Zhou's end, Wu Xian and the others had the numerical advantage and the enhancement of the military formation. Their strength increased greatly. The two sides fought a tough battle. In the end, the Blazing Sun Army had the advantage in numbers and military formations. They began to surround and destroy the undead knights. At the same time, behind the battlefield, all long-range soldier types, follow me to support our soldiers from afar and kill these undead knights. Seeing that the time was ripe, Bayun also rode on a white silver-tier elementary-grade mechanostrider and ordered the remaining 7,000 poison crossbowmen, elemental archers, some bowmen, crossbowmen, musketeers, as well as the newly recruited star musketeers and water crossbowmen to attack the undead knights. Yes! All the long-range soldiers roared angrily. Then they drew their bows and shot at these undead knights. The other musketeers who had obtained pistols, rifles, submachine guns, and heavy machine guns also aimed at these undead knights and began to shoot. As for the newly recruited star musketeers and water crossbowmen, they surprised Zhou. These two intermediate-grade soldier types. The star musketeers condensed fire elemental energy in their muskets and erupted with bullet attacks that were not inferior to modern guns. The water crossbowmen controlled the water elemental energy in the crowd control and condensed water elemental arrows. They fired at these undead knights with high accuracy. Their lethality was not inferior to the power of the modern firearms bought by the star musketeers and Zhou. Under a wave of attacks from all the long-range soldier types, more than 400 of these 3,000 undead knights immediately died on the spot. Bayun and the others drew their bows and shot again. This time, they directly eliminated more than 600 undead knights. Just 2 waves of attacks and there were only 2/3 of the 3,000 undead knights left. The remaining undead knights also decreased rapidly under the charge of the military professionals led by Wu Xian. Zhou nodded to himself. He could tell that the soldiers' combat strength had clearly increased greatly when facing these undead knights. This should be the effect of the White Platinum Tier Lord Title Effect 1. Title Effect 1. When fighting against the enemy forces of the Scarlet Fog, you and your subjects will receive an additional 20% increase in strength. Then, he opened the details of the 4 intermediate-grade soldier types. Subject, Zhongqing. Territory, Blazing Sun City. Soldier type class name, Wind Cavalryman. Profession class, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade. Ability overview. He was forced to wander because of the war when he was young. Later, he accidentally picked up a Wind Cavalryman class change certificate and successfully changed his profession to a Wind Cavalryman. He has now become a soldier of Blazing Sun City. Skills: White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Wind Riding Technique, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Wind Spear Technique, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Phantom Wind Spear, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Summoning Wind Spirit Horse, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Wind Spear Blade, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Wind Run Technique, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Wind Blade Technique, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Wind Blade Technique, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Summoning Gust. Loyalty: 81. Potential: Yellow Gold Tier Intermediate Grade. Subject: Lu Dahai. Territory: Blazing Sun City. Soldier Type Class Name: Heavy Earth Shield Soldiers. Profession Class: White Silver Tier Elementary Grade. Ability Overview: The rich Lu Dahai has been pampered since he was young and was fat. His father specially asked him to come to the army to train in order to lose weight. His figure was admired by his superiors. Not only did they not let him lose weight, they also let him change his profession to become a heavy earth shield soldier to protect the safety of the guardian soldiers. Skills: White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Heavy Earth Shield Technique, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Taunt, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Double Gravity, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Agility, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Shield Strike, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Dance Shield Technique, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Earth Shield, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Shield Repair Technique. Loyalty: 84. Potential: Yellow Gold Tier Advanced Grade. Subject: Zhao Gang. Territory: Blazing Sun City. Soldier Type Class Name: Star Musketeer. Profession Class: White Silver Tier Elementary Grade. Ability Overview: Zhao Gang, who had received a good patriotic education since he was young, was determined to step onto the battlefield and create a peaceful world. After joining the army, his commander sensed his marksmanship talent and asked him to change his profession to a Star Musketeer. Skills: Talent: Double Reaction Speed, White Platinum Tier Elementary Grade Starfire Meditation Technique, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Aiming, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Mobile Marksmanship, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Fixed Marksmanship, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Rapid Marksmanship, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Fire Elemental Manipulation, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Starfire Bullet, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Invisibility Technique. Loyalty: 84. Potential: Yellow Gold Tier Advanced Grade. Subject: Zhao Gang. Territory: Blazing Sun City. Soldier Type Class Name: Star Musketeer. Profession Class: White Silver Tier Elementary Grade. Ability Overview: Zhao Gang, who had received a good patriotic education since he was young, was determined to step onto the battlefield and create a peaceful world. After joining the army, his commander sensed his marksmanship talent and asked him to change his profession to a Star Musketeer. Skills: Talent: Double Reaction Speed, White Platinum Tier Elementary Grade Starfire Meditation Technique, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Aiming, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Mobile Marksmanship, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Fixed Marksmanship, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Rapid Marksmanship, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Fire Elemental Control, White Silver Tier Elementary Starfire Bullet, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Flame Bomb. Loyalty: 84. Potential: Yellow Gold Tier Advanced Grade. Subject: Lin Chao. Territory: Blazing Sun City. Soldier Type Class Name: Water Crossbowman. Profession Class: White Silver Tier Elementary Grade. Ability Overview: Originally an apprentice of the Magic Academy. Later, the Magic Academy was destroyed by the people of foreign races. In order to avenge his classmates and teachers, he joined the human army and finally became a water crossbowman, eliminating his former enemies. Skills: White Platinum Tier Elementary Blue River Meditation Technique, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Aiming, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Shooting Mobile Targets, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Shooting Fixed Targets, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Crossbow Shooting, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Water Elemental Control, White Silver Tier Elementary Water Arrow Skill, White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Water Spear Technique. Loyalty. 89. Potential. White Silver Tier Advanced Grade. The intermediate grade soldier types seem to involve the control of elemental energy. Zhou looked at their messages and pondered. At this moment, the undead knights on the battlefield suddenly became restless. Zhou looked up. The next second, an undead knight twice the size of other undead knights walked out of the Lord's residence. He held a 6-meter-tall knight spear in his left hand and led a 3-meter-tall skeletal warhorse in his right hand. It looked cold, indifferent, and restrained. Zhou looked at it. A monster notification appeared. Monster name: Undead Knight Boss, Meredith, Scarlet Lord, Strength Level, Yellow Gold Tier Advanced Grade. Monster description: one of the Scarlet Lords of the Withered Forest Plains. His strength is second only to the boss of the Withered Demon Tree Wuli. He was the captain of the 4th Battalion of the 1st Cavalryman Legion when he was alive. Later, he failed to carry out a combat quest. His soul is trapped here forever because he was unwilling to die. In the end, he was transformed into an undead knight by a passing extraordinary tier lich. Later, he was modified by the Scarlet Fog and his strength increased again. Loot's drop rate: 20 yellow gold tier mist cores, drop rate 100%. 2 origin crystals, drop rate 100%. 1 gradeless skill book, writing skill, drop rate 20%. 1 yellow gold tier advanced grade skill book, Aurora Spear skill, drop rate 15%. 1 yellow gold tier advanced grade equipment, Soul Devouring Spear, drop rate 10%. 1 yellow gold tier advanced grade skill book, Soul Shattering Roar, drop rate 5%. 20 gradeless yellow gold tier advanced grade Aurora Cavalry Class Change Certificate, drop rate 0.1%. 1 yellow gold tier Scarlet Lord Talent Sphere, drop rate 0%. 6 yellow gold tier Scarlet Lord Talent Fragments, drop rate 0%. Yellow gold tier Lord Talent? Zhou immediately became excited when he saw the loots. He did not expect that the first Scarlet Lord he encountered today would be a Scarlet Lord with the Lord Talent. Nazario! Take him down, he immediately ordered. Whoosh! After Nazario heard the order, it spread its dragon wings and flew into the sky towards the boss of the Undead Knights. When it was about 40 to 50 meters above the boss of the Undead Knights, it suddenly stopped. Roar! Nazario roared angrily. Terrifying dragon might instantly poured out of its body and quickly swept across a radius of several kilometers. The boss of the Undead Knights, Meredith, had just mounted his horse and was raising the soul-devouring spear in his hand, wanting to stab Nazario. In the end, this dragon might immediately froze his body and made him unable to move. Seeing this, Nazario flew high into the air and opened its dragon mouth. Bits of blazing golden flames condensed in its mouth. It quickly formed a blazing golden ball of light and suddenly aimed at the boss of the Undead Knights below. The blazing golden ball of light in its mouth instantly shot out with a blazing golden pillar of fire. The growth-type draconic spell, Blazing Explosion. Boom! It was as if a pillar of divine punishment had descended from the sky. The immobile boss of the Undead Knights, Meredith, was directly bathed in the ultimate move that Nazario had just comprehended. 3 to 4 seconds later. Your pet lava dragon? Nazario has killed the boss of the Undead Knights. Meredith, Scarlet Lord. Promotion energy plus 8,000. Loots condensed. Blessing of the War God. Your pet Nazario has received an additional 32,000 promotion energy. Zhou nodded slightly. The yellow gold tier elementary grade Nazario and the yellow gold tier advanced grade boss of the Undead Knights, Meredith. It sounded like there was a huge difference in strength. However, the huge advantage of the race bloodline and the enhancement of the white platinum tier lord directly flattened or even crushed this difference. The current Nazario could even fight the white platinum tier advanced grade Scarlet Lord. Not to mention a yellow gold tier advanced grade Scarlet Lord. Nazario, who had killed the Scarlet Lord, did not seem to be satisfied yet. It looked at the other undead knights. At this moment, there were only a little more than 1,000 undead knights left under the joint attack of Baiyun and Wu Xian. Facing a more obvious numerical advantage, it was obvious that the remaining undead knights were clearly unable to withstand it. The scales of victory on the battlefield were completely leaning towards the Blazing Sun army. Seeing this scene, Nazario flew into the sky and looked coldly at the remaining undead knights with its scarlet dragon eyes. With a low dragon roar, lava dragon race talent skill. All things burn. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Wisps of flames suddenly rose everywhere on the battlefield. Wu Xian had just pierced through the head of a yellow gold tier elementary grade elite undead knight when 5 more white silver tier advanced grade undead knights rushed over. He was about to swing his spear to counterattack. In the end, he was stunned to see that cracks that emitted flames suddenly appeared on the bodies of these 5 white silver tier advanced grade undead knights. The crack quickly expanded, and wisps of flames appeared from the crack. Then, they quickly covered the entire bodies of the undead knights, turning them into fire knights burning with flames in the blink of an eye. He watched helplessly as these 5 white silver tier advanced grade undead knights were burned to death in front of him. In the end, the flames seemed to have a consciousness and quietly extinguished themselves when they were only left with charred remains. Wu Xian looked elsewhere on the battlefield and he realized that the undead knights elsewhere were also wrapped in flames and fell powerlessly. More than 30 seconds later, almost all of the 1,000 undead knights were burned to death. They turned into a large number of charred corpses. Only 3 to 5 undead knights remained under Zhou Zhou's mental control, but they had already been captured. Dragon Race. Wu Xian sighed with mixed emotions. This power was already comparable to or even surpassed heroes of the same level. The most ridiculous thing was that Nazario was not even a hero yet. If one day, Nazario had obtained an opportunity to become a dragon hero, he could only imagine how much Nazario's combat strength would increase. Is it really impossible to close the gap between the advantage of race and talent? He shook his head. Wu Xian stopped thinking about it and gathered the soldiers to clean up the battlefield. Behind the battlefield, Zhou Zhou could not help but click his tongue when he saw Nazario kill everyone with one dragon. He had seen its skills. He knew that this was the racial skill All Things Burn. The current Nazario is really equivalent to an army. Zhou Zhou lamented. A moment later, Nazario flew over with the corpse of the undead knight's boss and placed it in front of Zhou Zhou. Wu Xian also walked over. He looked at the corpse in silence. Elder Zhao, there's no need to feel sad. He's freed. Zhou Zhou comforted him. I was not like this when I was young. I'm old and have become sentimental. My lord is right. This is the best outcome for him. Wu Xian smiled and sighed. Zhou Zhou acknowledged. Then he looked at the corpse. At this moment, most of its heat had been taken away by Nazario. Zhou Zhou only felt a faint warmth when he tried touching it. He no longer hesitated. He placed his hand on it and extracted the loots. Lord Talent Notification. Your loots have been enhanced by the King of Loots. Perfect Loots. Grade +1. Lord Talent Notification. You have obtained Perfect Loots, 20 white platinum tier mist cores, 2 origin crystals, 1 gradeless skill book, writing skill, 1 white platinum tier advanced grade skill book, Aurora Spear skill, 1 white platinum tier advanced grade equipment, Soul Devouring Spear, 1 white platinum tier advanced grade skill book, Soul Shattering Roar, 20 gradeless white platinum tier Aurora Cavalry class change certificate, 1 white platinum tier Scarlet Lord Talent Sphere, 6 white platinum tier Lord Talent Fragments. A smile appeared on Zhou Zhou's face. Yellow gold tier turned into white platinum tier. This was the first time he had a white platinum tier Lord Talent. Then he began to check the other loots. There was naturally no need to mention the Mist Core and Origin Crystal. After Zhou Zhou put them away, he looked at the other loots. Skill name, Horsemanship, Skill quality, Gradeless, skill description. After learning it, you can master the skill of riding creatures. Skill name, Aurora Spear Technique. Skill quality, White Platinum Tier Advanced Grade. Skill description. After learning it, you can master the secret spear technique of the Aurora Cavalry Legion Aurora Spear Technique. You will become a spearman with 5 years of EXP. Equipment name, Soul Devouring Spear. Equipment grade, White Platinum Tier Advanced Grade. Equipment effect, Soul Devouring Deathmatch. When the user uses the Soul Devouring Spear to fight, he can absorb the souls of the enemies who died in battle into the spear, thereby restoring the user's physical strength, mental strength, and internal energy. Skill name, Soul Shattering Roar. Skill quality, White Platinum Tier Advanced Grade. Skill description. The user let out a roar that can shatter the enemy's soul. The stronger the user's soul, the stronger the power of the soul-shattering roar used. It has a fatal effect on life forms with weak souls. Item name, Aurora Cavalry Class Change Certificate. Item level, Gradeless. Item effect, Intermediate Grade Soldier Type Class Change Tool. After using it, you can become an Intermediate Grade Soldier Type Class, Aurora Cavalry. You will also have a set of Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade equipment, 5 years of actual combat experience as an Aurora Cavalry, and the initial strength of a Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade. Item description, Intermediate Grade Soldier Class Change Certificate. It comes from the Aurora Kingdom and is a low-level soldier type class of the Aurora Cavalry. Item name, Aurora Cavalry Recruitment Books. Item level, White Platinum Tier Advanced Grade. Item effect, Intermediate Grade Soldier Type Recruitment Books. Throw them into the Gate of Summoning, and you can summon a Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade Aurora Cavalry with White Platinum Tier Advanced Grade potential to become your subject. Item description, one of the sources of the Myriad Realm Lord's forces. Only the lucky among the lords can obtain it. A Aurora Cavalry with White Platinum Tier Advanced Grade potential. Jojo was delighted. White Platinum Tier Advanced Grade potential. This was already considered one of the top potential of the human race. Elder Zhao had this potential when he first joined him. In the beginning, the soldier type potential I obtained was only at the Black Iron Tier Intermediate Grade. Now, I can already obtain human soldiers with high potentials. His eyes were shining. Obviously, the mythical tier talent, the King of Loots, was playing an increasingly astonishing role as the strength of his territory continued to increase. Right now, he could obtain recruitment books for soldiers with White Platinum Tier potential. In the future, he might be able to obtain recruitment books for extraordinary tier soldiers like Elder Zheng and Elder Wu. He could learn horsemanship directly and could also learn the other skills from the loots dropped by the low-level undead knights, other than the fact that the level of soul-shattering roar was too high for him to learn. In terms of equipment, the White Platinum Tier Advanced Grade Soul-Devouring Spear surprised Jojo. There was no other reason. The effect of this spear was too useful. The person who had it could fight on the battlefield for a long time and maintain his peak state by constantly killing the enemy and restoring his state. The only pity was that this equipment's level was too high. Could only be used after he advanced to the White Platinum Tier Advanced Grade. However, he was not in a hurry. When he first obtained the Sandman Scepter, his strength level was also low and he could not use it. Wasn't it also usable now? He would just take it slow. In any case, Jojo wasn't going to lose this equipment, so he stopped thinking about it. He took out the Yellow Gold Tier Advanced Grade Conqueror's Blast Furnace and asked the soldiers to retrieve the loot from the corpses of the other undead knights. During this period, Jojo also entered the Lord's residence of the Undead Knights boss and obtained the White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Territory Token. I can upgrade my territory when I get back. Jojo looked at the White Silver Tier Elementary Grade Territory Token and smiled. More than 15 minutes later, all the loot from the Undead Knights' corpses were extracted. Under the enhancement of the perfect loots, in total he obtained 17,584 White Silver Tier Mist Cores, 3,528 Yellow Gold Tier Mist Cores, 36 White Platinum Tier Mist Cores, 3,021 Gradeless Horsemanship Skill Books, 3,021 Aurora Spear Technique Skill Books, White Silver Tier, Yellow Gold Tier, White Platinum Tier Elementary Grade, White Platinum Tier Intermediate Grade, 3021 Aurora Spears. White Silver Tier, Yellow Gold Tier, White Platinum Tier Elementary Grade, White Platinum Tier Intermediate Grade, 28,741 Aurora Cavalry Class Change Certificates. 3,026 Aurora Cavalry Recruitment Books. Zhou nodded in satisfaction when he saw these gains. Other than the White Platinum Tier Mist Cores that brought him immense joy, these 3,026 Aurora Cavalry Recruitment Books could directly increase his strength by more than 3,000 intermediate-grade military professionals. They might only be at Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade at the beginning, but now he had the White Silver Tier Lord talent. Blessing of the 10 Gods, the blessing of war. These intermediate-grade soldiers would definitely grow very quickly. They would become the top military professionals under Zhou before long. At this moment, Baiyun walked over. Reporting to my lord. We just cleaned up the battlefield. A total of 4.2 million units of basic materials, 3 White Platinum Tier Mist Cores, 12 Yellow Gold Tier Mist Cores, 214 White Silver Tier Mist Cores, 1,452 Green Bronze Tier Mist Cores, and 14,424 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores. Apart from that, we also found a batch of normal building blueprints and more than 3,000 sets of old-fashioned equipment for the Aurora Knights. I've checked the equipment. Most of them are damaged and only a few dozen are barely usable. Baiyun said respectfully. Bring them all back. Zhou nodded. He felt a little emotional. The White Silver Tier Scarlet Territory Lord was indeed different. The loots other than those from the corpses were also so abundant. It was completely different from the Green Bronze Tier and Black Iron Tier Scarlet Lord territories that he had conquered in the past. Yes, Baiyun said respectfully. A moment later, the Blazing Sun Army packed up all the loots and brought them to the Mechanostrider convoy. Under Zhou's lead, they headed to the next destination closest to them. Deadwood Forest. On a desolate path, Zhou sat on the Mechanostrider and looked at the map in his hand. The closest destination to them was the Aurora Kingdom's native village, the Deadwood Village. According to the information on the map, this Deadwood Village was not very strong. There was not even a territory token in their territory. All the buildings were built by them. It was said that they came here to escape the war. They originally wanted to settle down temporarily and find a new place to settle down in the future. In the end, they were trapped here as food by the withered demon tree for more than 10 years. Zhou was a little puzzled after reading it. Weird. Logically speaking, they should have been killed by the withered demon trees after being trapped for so long. How could they last until now? He thought for a moment, but couldn't come up with an answer, so he stopped thinking about it. He would know when he arrived. A moment later, Deadwood Village. Zhou had just arrived with the army. In the end, he accidentally realized that there was not even a withered tree nearby. At this moment, he saw a little boy squatting on the ground, as if doing something. Baiyun, Elder Wu, follow me. Zhou looked at the boy for 2 seconds and asked Baiyun and Wu Xian to follow him to the little boy after confirming that there was nothing wrong with him. Little kid, what's your name? What are you doing? Why are you so focused? Zhou squatted in front of him and asked curiously. My name is Zhuang. I'm planting trees. Zhuang pointed at a withered seed in the soil in front of him and said seriously. Planting trees. Zhou and the other two were stunned. This seed was clearly dead. How could it grow trees? My grandfather said before. Our lives will definitely change drastically when we can see green trees. I don't know what the change is, but Grandpa seems to want to see it. So I want to give it a try. By the way, who are you? Where did you come from? Why have I never seen you before? After saying that, the little boy realized that they were a group of strangers and asked blankly. We're from outside. Zhou was stunned for 2 seconds before nodding. Outside? Are there green trees outside? The little boy was stunned. Then, his eyes lit up with anticipation. Yes, Zhou said. The little boy was stunned for 2 seconds before quickly standing up. Then, can you take me to take a look? By the way, I can also give you a small stone. You adults seem to like this. Then, he took out a black iron tier mist core and handed it to Jojo. Then, he looked at him expectantly. Bayun and Wu Xian looked at the black iron tier mist core in Jojo's hand with strange expressions. Jojo did not know whether to laugh or cry. He was the #1 human lord on the cerulean planet after all. This boy wanted him to do something with just a black iron tier mist core? At this moment, lines of text appeared. Zhuang has issued a quest to you. Quest name: Withered Seed. Quality of quests: gradeless, normal. Quest content: the little boy, Zhuang's grandfather, is already old. He knows that his lifespan is coming to an end. He wants to see the green tree he saw when he was young before he dies. Zhuang happened to know his grandfather's wish, but he is unable to fulfill it. Can you help him fulfill his grandfather's wish? Mission reward: 1 black iron tier mist core and Zhuang's friendship. Jojo looked at the mission that suddenly appeared in front of him. Gradeless, normal. Jojo sighed. This was the lowest level quest he had ever seen. At the same time, Zhuang saw that Jojo did not take the black iron tier mist core for a long time. In addition, Bayun and Wu Xian had faint smiles on their faces. For some reason, his young heart felt ashamed inexplicably. Sorry to disturb you? Zhuang held back his tears and was about to take back the black iron tier mist core. Jojo's voice sounded. Leave this small stone for me. I like your payment very much. Don't worry. I will bring the thing you want to you, he said seriously. Zhuang was stunned and suddenly felt unprecedentedly happy. Jojo smiled. He naturally did not care about remuneration. However, the little boy's innocence, kindness, and filial piety were very rare. This made it impossible for him to refuse this quest. After that, Jojo asked Zhuang to bring them to the village. Deadwood Village. Jojo and the other 3 entered the village without any obstruction. There were very few of them, only about 100 people in this village. Every one of their faces was haggard and hungry. When they saw Jojo and the others arrive, they immediately walked out to look at them. Their eyes were filled with anticipation, pity, fear, nervousness, and many other emotions. Jojo had prepared some words, but he immediately fell silent seeing this scene. Just as they were halfway there, a sallow old man walked over shakily with the help of a tall and thin young man. Grandpa! They seemed to have something to say to Grandpa. They didn't look like bad people, so I brought them here, Zhuang said and glanced at Jojo. Zhuang's grandfather smiled bitterly. Then, he retracted his expression and looked at Jojo and the others before bowing respectfully. Welcome to Deadwood Village, my lords. I'm Zhu Li, the village chief here. The village is simple. I've embarrassed myself. You're too kind, elder one. So you're Zhuang's grandfather. He's a filial child. Jojo smiled. Zhuang blushed. Zhuang is indeed very filial. But I'm not his biological grandfather. I'm his god-grandfather. All the children in the village called me that. Zhu Li smiled. The 3 of you can follow me into the hall and take a seat. Let us entertain you too. After saying that, he made an inviting gesture with a trembling hand. Jojo and the other 2 looked at each other and nodded. A moment later, in the hall. This is the morning dew water we collected this morning. Even though it's not very sweet, it's still considered clean. If you don't mind, please drink it. Zhu Li looked at Jojo and the others and smiled kindly. Jojo looked at the clear dew in the broken bowl in his hand. The item information quickly appeared. It was indeed dew water. Then, he looked at the villagers with extremely eager eyes and nodded. Then, he drank the bowl of dew in one gulp. It was very cooling and was able to quench his thirst even though it did not have any sweetness to it. Zhu Li smiled when he saw this. After that, they chatted for a while before Jojo raised his doubts. Village Chief, why isn't there a single deadwood tree around your deadwood village? Were they all cut down? How would we dare to slash the branch of the Scarlet Lord? The Scarlet Lord retracted them itself. Zhu Li's expression turned bitter. Jojo and the others were stunned. Before he could take the initiative to ask questions, the young man standing beside Zhu Li took the initiative to explain. It was 11 years ago when we first came here. At that time, there were more than 3,000 of us. However, when we first arrived, we were trapped here by the withered demon tree. We were helpless and could only be raised here as food. In just 2 years, our original population of more than 3,000 fell to more than 1,000. We thought we were all going to die here, but then a group of Aurora Knights and a Lich arrived here. In order to protect us, those Aurora Knights negotiated with the Lich so that we can establish ourselves here and not be injured by the withered tree demon Scarlet Lord. The only thing that restricts us is that we can't escape from this withered forest. That's because the Scarlet Lord is only willing to give us an area to survive. Beyond this area, it will still treat us as food. That's how it was. We have maintained our food until now by collecting dew and some seeds. During this period, we lost some more villagers on and off. Some of them starved to death. Some encountered and were killed by the fog monsters here while collecting food. Some wanted to escape and were killed by the withered demon tree. That's how it's been. We're only left with these 100 villagers. As for the Aurora Cavalry, by the time we see them again, they are completely different people. However, they didn't attack us when they saw us. Until 5 years ago, they took the initiative to attack us when we saw them again. We don't know why. The villager was a little puzzled. Zhou did not say anything. They should have been transformed into undead knights after the Aurora Cavalrymen negotiated with the Lich. At that moment, they still had a certain level of self-awareness and could control themselves from killing after seeing the Aurora Kingdom humans. Then, they completely lost their consciousness after they were completely transformed into fog monsters by the Scarlet Fog. That was why they attacked the people of Deadwood Village. Thinking of this, Zhou could not help but sigh. At the same time, he felt a sense of respect for the undead knights before they were turned into fog monsters. To be honest, I'm a lord. I led the army here this time to conquer this land. The Scarlet Lord of the withered demon tree you're facing is one of our goals. Zhou said. Zhu Li and the villagers beside him were stunned. If my lord can deal with the boss of the withered demon tree, everyone in our Deadwood village is willing to join you, my lord. Zhu Li stood up and said. As soon as he finished speaking, a text notification appeared. Deadwood Village Chief. Zhu Li has issued a quest to you. Quest name, Hope and Counterattack. Quality of quest, White Platinum Tier Elementary Grade. Normal. Quest content. The villagers of the Deadwood Village have been trapped in the Deadwood Forest for 11 years by the Lord of the Withered Demon Tree. During this period, every villager they lost added aggro to their hearts. Your sudden visit gave them hope for revenge. Destroy the boss of the withered demon tree and avenge their dead villagers. Mission reward, 10 white platinum tier mist cores and the loyalty of 136 subjects of Deadwood Village. All loyalty has reached 95 points. Zhou raised his eyebrows. A white platinum tier quest. He took it without hesitation. Leave it to us. Today, we will fight the withered demon tree Scarlet Lord. If it goes well, you will know the outcome before the scarlet fog descends tonight. Zhou said. Then I'll leave it to you, my lord. Zhu Li said happily. By the way, my lord, be careful of the dead wood by the roadside and the seeds underground. They look very ordinary, but they're actually the claws and teeth of the Scarlet Lord of the withered demon tree. Not only can they monitor you, but they can also take the initiative to attack. If you're not careful, it's easy to get hurt. The villager beside Zhu Li thought of something and said hurriedly, Thank you very much. We'll take note. Zhou was a little surprised. He did not expect that other than the withered trees by the roadside, there were actually methods hidden underground by the boss of the withered demon tree. If these were the methods of the Scarlet Lord of the withered demon tree, then the entire withered forest plains was probably under its surveillance. After that, they did not stay any longer and returned to the Blazing Sun army. There's no hurry. There are so many tentacles of the enemy in this land. Same old rules. Let's clear the little monsters. first before clearing the last enemy. Zhou shook his head. Baiyun nodded. After this period of interaction, she gradually understood the meaning of some of the hometown language of the Lord. After that, they walked towards the next territory of the Scarlet Lord. After walking for 4 to 5 kilometers, Zhou frowned because he felt the surveillance feeling on his back again. Previously, this feeling came from other withered trees. Now that a large number of withered trees had been cut down, this feeling came from underground. It's the seeds underground that give me a sense of them spying. Zhou was deep in thought. Then he quickly thought of a solution. Zhou did not let Nazario descend and use all things burn on them. This was because even though this could resolve these seeds underground in a short period of time, it might also attract more enemies. Zhou did not want to be disturbed by other enemies when he cleared the little monsters. He looked at Baiyun and asked her to use the hero skill Silent March to travel. After Baiyun received the order, she immediately used his hero skill Silent March. The next second, the 15,000 military professionals following behind Zhou suddenly changed from a noisy army to a silent army. At the same time, Zhou immediately realized that the sense of surveillance had disappeared. It really works. The corners of Zhou's mouth curled up when he realized this. He had only asked Baiyun to use the hero skill Silent March to give it a try. He did not expect it to really succeed. It seems that these branches of the withered demon tree can only determine our location through movements and sounds and know what we're doing. Once the hero skill Silent March is activated, all the sounds and traces will instantly disappear. The withered demon tree won't be able to sense our location even with divination. Zhou nodded in satisfaction. Actually, if these withered trees had eyes, they would still be easily seen even if they used the hero skill Silent March. This was because hero skill Silent March could only hide the movements and traces left behind during the march. It could also prevent the enemy from discovering them through divination to a certain extent. They could not become invisible. However, it was perfect to deal with the eyeless branches of the withered demon tree. After that, they marched boldly towards the Scarlet Lord's territory closest to them. In the next 4 hours, Zhou led the soldiers to eliminate the other 4 Scarlet Lords who had green bronze tier territories, 5 Scarlet Lords who had black iron tier territories, and 2 foreign races. Under the effect of the perfect loots, he obtained a total of 87,157 green bronze tier mist cores, 28,847 white silver tier mist cores, 1,715 yellow gold tier mist cores, 62 green bronze tier Lord Talent crystal fragments, 24,154 pieces of equipment, green bronze tier, white silver tier, yellow gold tier, 18,451 skill books, green bronze tier, white silver tier, yellow gold tier. There were also 1 white silver tier territory token, 6 green bronze tier territory token, 5 black iron tier territory tokens, 21 rankings tries, 60 battlefield points, 1 silver tier territory token for 25 points, 6 bronze tier territory token for 35 points, and 5 black iron tier territory token for 5 points. 2 bottles of extraordinary tier potential advancement potion. As for the 2 lords of foreign races, they were both normal lords. They and their subjects were races without racial talent or bloodline. This made Zhou's plan to try his luck and obtain some race bloodlines to increase the level of the chaos human race's bloodline fail. It seemed that it was indeed not easy to encounter a lord of all races who could drop bloodlines. At this moment, only the withered forest plains Scarlet Lord was left. Zhou and the others headed straight for the other party's territory. More than 15 minutes later, in the territory of the withered tree demon. My good lord, is this the withered tree demon? A white silver tier elementary grade mechanostrider was hovering in the sky. It was too different from the black iron tier advanced grade mechanostrider. The first was wings. The wings of the white silver tier elementary grade mechanostrider were about 8 meters long. The wings of the black iron tier advanced grade mechanostrider were only half a meter long. Could not fly at all. The second difference was the driving position of both sides. The rider of a black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Mechanostrider could only ride on its back. As for the white Silver Tier Elementary Grade Mechanostrider, not only did it have an exclusive seat on its back, moreover, it had its own cockpit. The pilot could directly sit in the cockpit and pilot this white Silver Tier Elementary Grade Mechanostrider to travel on the ground or fly high in the sky. The driving experience was countless times better than the black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Mechanostrider. Zhou was sitting in the Mechanostrider's cockpit, looking at the scene below with his mouth agape. On the ground, an extremely large area of purple trees were connected. The vines were connected to the surrounding trees and tied them tightly together. Zhou looked at one of them. A text notification appeared. Monster name, Withered Tree, Strength Level, Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade, Monster Description. A subject under the strongest Scarlet Lord in the Withered Forest Plains. It was transformed from a branch split from the Withered Tree Demon's main body. Loot's drop rate, 2 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores, drop rate, 100%. 1 kg Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade Jade Sun Tree Seed, drop rate, 20%. 1 Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade Tree Core Gem, drop rate, 1%. 1 Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade Plant Vitality Potion, drop rate, 1%. Tree Seed, Tree Core Gem, Plant Vitality Potion. Zhou was a little surprised. He had never heard of these materials. Moreover, they were clearly not normal items. Then, he looked at the other higher-level withered trees. He realized that the loots dropped were the same. It was just an increase in grades. In the middle of them, there was an extremely tall dark purple tree. It was more than 50 meters tall, 4 to 5 times the size of the surrounding trees. Zhou looked at it. A text notification appeared. Monster name, Withered Tree Demon Lord, Wu Li, Regional Scarlet Lord, Strength Level, Yellow Gold Tier Advanced Grade, Monster Description. The strongest Scarlet Lord in the Withered Forest Plains. It controls the entire Withered Forest Plains and has the ability to create the Withered Tree as its own subject. Loot's drop rate, 50 Yellow Gold Tier Mist Cores, drop rate, 100%. 5 Origin Crystals, drop rate, 100%. 1,000 kilograms Yellow Gold Tier Advanced Grade Jade Sun Tree Seed, drop rate, 20%. 1 Yellow Gold Tier Advanced Grade Tree Gem, drop rate, 1%. 1 Yellow Gold Tier Advanced Grade Yellow Gold Advanced Grade Plant Vitality Potion, drop rate, 1%. 1 Yellow Gold Tier Advanced Grade Skillbook Vitality Absorption, drop rate, 1%. 1 Yellow Gold Tier Advanced Grade Skillbook Plant Domain, drop rate 5%. 1 Yellow Gold Tier Advanced Grade Alchemy Pharmacist Recruitment Book, drop rate 1%. 9 Black Iron Tier Lord Talent Crystal Fragments,